assistant, of course. Look, we have been there, drowning in a sea of AI coding tools, but did you know there is a hidden legendary tool that started it all coming tool? Let me show you the OG underdog that sparked the coding assistant revolution. Watch me build today a full Pokédex faster than Team Rocket blasting off again and use the NVIDIA API free credits and even run this beast completely offline with Ollama. The results, let's just say that Professor Oak would be proud. Don't blink, you're about to witness the tool that started it all. And it might just save you a lot of tokens and money and improve your coding game programming in your terminal. Aider doesn't work like the rest of coding assistant that you install inside your Visual Studio Code. It actually can work in any terminal that you have anywhere if you have a coding project. It doesn't mean that you will talk to it inside. Aider is built different, but it's actually built different. Now let's install Aider. The global way is basically using pipe install -u, capital U, Aiderchat. The U for updating Aiderchat in case if you have an older version, and this will install it globally on your Python. And there is another way, which is creating a new environment for Aider, then install Aider inside it. You can create the environment simply by using Python venv and name it whatever what you want. And after it have been created, we can activate it. Here it is, it's activated. You can see it over here, the name of the environment that I created. And there you can install Aider once more over it before, but right now Aiderchat is more stable, so you can use it globally. Now we need to put the model that we're going to use and the API key somewhere. Aider in the installation quick start over here, it recommends that you export it inside your terminal. I really don't recommend this way. There is other way that is kind of easier to do and easy to modify, is creating .env file. And there you can put anything that you want. You can comment it, you can modify it anytime. So I'm gonna use the .env method. You can use also .yaml method, but .env is more popular. And for start, I'm going to use the Anthropic APIs. I am going to use the high, then I'm gonna use the NVIDIA free API key. Then in the end, I'm going to use Ollama. And I'm going to show you how to connect to the three of them. The first / this will give you every single model that's available that you can use under Anthropic. And as you can see here, there is the Anthropic Cloud 3.5 Haiku, which is the latest and the greatest model. We can copy it and put it over there. And voila, right now the model is ready to be used. To make my life easy, I'm going to show you how to connect Aider to any project that you have. For example, I will use this new project using Next. Select what you need from Next.js. I'm using Next.js 15. Then leave it, install everything that it needs. And after that, we can activate Aider inside it by sd my new app. And here we can type Aider. And as you can see here, it gives me a warning that it doesn't have basically a model to use. The mistake that I did, the .env is not inside the direction of the project that I created. It's simple mistake, but you can fix it easy. So I'm going to move the .env inside my app. And if I access my app project and activated Aider, it will automatically work without warning or anything, and we can start using it. There is multiple commands that we can use inside Aider that will make our life easier to know. You can use the /add, and I'm gonna use it a lot in this video. There is architect, which is kind of new. This architect mode will discuss the high level design and architect. There is ask, you can ask about the code itself, the shared language model and the code, clear set history, ask for a change inside your code. Drop, this is when you use add to add files, and if you want to drop, of course, exit. And there is a lot of commands down there that you can use. You can go there and read about them. I'm gonna leave the link for this commands down below in the comments, so go ahead and read about them and use them in your terminal. The really cool thing about Aider that you can connect it to any model out there. It's like the leading in terms of the providers. Think about any model and you probably can connect to it using Aider. So make it for gaming, And it went ahead and created this actually a very few minutes. It's even updated the files like for global.css, the style itself automatically, and then asked to run the npm install and because the next configuration image pattern domain. And I basically posted this solution to make it work. And this is the result that I got. If I clicked any one of this, it will give me this, the type, the image, the H1 color. It's simple, but it's really cool. As you can see here, the status for each one is actually kind of very good. But the image is low pixel because it's using the small one. It listed all the Pokemons. They listed the Pokemon by evolution, as you can see here, Bulbasaur and its evolution, Charmander and the evolution, and so on, until that we reached like the epic and legendary Pokemons like Meowthio and Meow. Let's maybe add more information for the Pokemons and improve the image quality. Let's activate Either one more time. Either, it will automatically open and add the page itself once more by /add, and there you can select the directory. And as soon as I wrote letter A, it gives me options. And you can scroll down using the arrow key down until you reach the page that you want use. I want to use the page.js, which is the main file, and I will hit enter, and I will ask it to modify this, get this detailed high quality prompt, and I'm gonna copy it, go to Either and paste it and hit enter, and let's see the result after it's done. One of the cool stuff that Either do, it show you at the end how many token it sent and how many token it received, and the cost for the current message or the prompt that we created, and the session that we basically until now that we used. So for the total code that we created from the start, for the entire code that we got, and it's a lot. And how many tokens that we sent? 23k, basically 23,000 tokens have been sent, and only 3,200 have been received. This is really cheap compared to Klein. Klein tend to be the consumer of tokens and destroyer of the credits on cloud and Anthropic API. But Klein itself is not just a simple coding assistant, a peer programming companion inside your terminal. And well, of course, but just hit enter and it will automatically execute the command that it wants. And now let's go back to the project and see it. All right, that's I clicked in one of them. All right, this is really image quality is improved. Okay, Pikachu over there. Deleted the search. It have some certain few bugs in the UI, but it's really lovely. And I can select the category to search inside, fire and grass. This is really nice. And I can switch from light to dark. I didn't ask for this, but the design is extremely clean. This is really nice. I'm happy with the Pokédex that I got, and I'm gonna switch the model to the Meta and change the Either model to NVIDIA NIM Meta Llama 70B Instruct. And to get the NVIDIA NIM API key, we will need just an account, create an account, and here it give you 1,000. All you have to do is click this button, get API key, and here generate key. When you click this, it will open for you this kind of file, and you can copy it, copy the key, and go back to the environment and paste it. Select the name of any model, but it have to be first NVIDIA _.name. Once more, let's run Either. Okay, you see there is a warning sign coming from this model. Unknown context windows, size and given us warning, it doesn't know the context links and the size for it. You can ask it to create a new page inside the app folder that we have that will basically be from Meta can do this or not. It seems sometimes when it's working on a code and it's missing a file, it will ask you to add this file automatically. So it seems that it's have this kind of awareness of the code base that we are using. And this is really cool because Continue didn't have this ability, but Klein does. And it seems also either the next GS 15, which is the latest version, it should created a new folder called history, and inside it a page.js, and this page.js will have the code for us. But no, it created a file called history.js, expecting that it's working with the old style of Next.js. That means I have to fix it myself. It seems that right now it started to work, but it's lacking the code functionality. I regret using the Llama 3.17 TB as a coding. I should stick to the Haiku or the DeepSeek models, which is an amazing model. Also, what if you wanted to use Aider with Ollama? It's straight and simple. There is two things that you need to add, and it's usually running on the board 11434, and this is basically, if you click it, it will see, and you will see it running in this board. And if you want to add a model, all you have to do is writing Ollama and then of the models. It's really simple. All you have to do is writing Ollama list, and it will give you the name of the model that you have. Mine is Kotlin latest, and I can improve the page style and the add logic needed for it until the add command and the directory of it. Yeah, it's working. Pokemon known for its yellow fur and cute appearance, Eevee, an adorable evolving Pokemon with a variety of forms. So it's kind of working, but as you know, the smaller the model, the less quality that you get from it. And to be completely transparent, I don't think this small model or the model that is not created for coding is not that good. And here is a quick comparison between the 4 different coding assistants that I reviewed already on the channel: Continue.dev, SuperMaven, Cline, and finally Aider. Terminal access, only Cline and Aider have this. It means that it can execute command inside your terminal, chat with the code, all of them can do this. Autocomplete, only SuperMaven, and Continue. A lot of providers and a lot of models. All of them can connect to Ollama, which is important. 2 of them, SuperMaven and Continue.dev, can do edit snippets, basically selecting a part of the code and edit it. Auto code bases awareness. SuperMaven doesn't have this. Continue.dev doesn't have this. You have to give it to the pages by yourself. Cline is like the best in this area, which make it extremely recommended. Aider come the second because not on every single framework did right now. The SuperMaven developers raised about $12 million and right now developing a new code editor. And Continue.dev is alright, but it's not extremely updated. This one is kind of dead, SuperMaven. It have a free trial. Also, the SuperMaven have free trial. Both Continue.dev and SuperMaven have free trial to test stuff with it. Aider and Cline doesn't. You have to get your own API key. The Deployment and creation, and SuperMaven is really good at only code completion. Management, it's mean like it's acting like an agent. You give it a task, it will create every single line of code and every file if it need to. Aider is also different. It's a pair programming in a terminal. It's not working in Visual Studio Code. It's in a terminal. It's mean like it can assist you, but as like a chat assistant inside the terminal itself. Does it use local git for tracking the files? Only Aider do this. For tokens consumption, SuperMaven and the Continue.dev is extremely normal. Cline is a high consumer of tokens, but it will get you an amazing results. Aider is extremely low. It's the lowest one. If you don't have a lot of credits in models, or you don't have a lot of money and you wish model friendly, the winner is Aider in this area, then Continue.dev and SuperMaven and Cline. Both of them are kind of in the same tier, but none of them are kind of bad in this area. And trying to review it and tell you which one is the best. So far, it seems like the Cline is the king, but the token consumption of it is extremely high unless you're using like the Haiku model with caching, because this will save you some money. And the second best, if you don't want to use it, or basically if you don't mind using the terminal, Aider is better than Continue as a coding assistant, because it can save you time by executing and installing libraries automatically inside the terminal. So this is what I wanted to say before I end this video. If you found this, hit the like and subscription button. I feel like likely that people are encouraging me to do these ideas. I will keep reading and commenting on every single comment that I get. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.